Hello and welcome back to another episode of FDN. Tonight at 6 o'clock you can come and meet the Falcons, those that are playing winter sports that is. There's also a cake auction. We also wanted to remind you that Miss Noble has an awesome art showcase at the front of the junior high end where she displays amazing art by your very own L&M Falcons. The display changes often, so make sure you stop by and look at them before you lose your chance. Hello, welcome to this week's segment of World News. This week, I will be talking about a new planet that has recently been discovered. It is around Earth's size, and it is relatively close to our solar system, being only 11 light years away. Getting into the math side of things, a light year is measured in astronomical units, and an astronomical unit is equal to 150 million kilometers, and there's 63,000 astronomical units in a light year. So that means there is 9,450,000,000,000 kilometers in a light year. Converting that to miles, it's 5,871,957,766,642 miles in 1 light year. So you take that times 11, and this planet is approximately 64,591,535,433,070 miles from Earth. That's a long ways away. The properties of this planet, called Ross 128b, make it a prime target in the search for life elsewhere in our universe. I don't know if y'all believe in aliens or anything, but I guess we're about to find out. Now, this is technically the second exoplanet closest to Earth. The closest one, Proxima b, is a lot more dangerous though, because its sun, the closest star, is a very active red dwarf star, which has powerful eruptions periodically that batter Proxima b with harmful radiation. So life as we know it probably could not survive there. Ross 28b orbits a star that is kind of like Proxima b's star, but it is way less active, which means not as much radiation is being thrown at the planet. Ross 128b is 1.35 times the mass of our planet, so it's a little bit heftier, and it orbits a lot closer to its sun, but because it's a red dwarf star, it is smaller and dimmer than our sun. The planet will only receive a little bit more radiation than Earth does. The most interesting thing I found is that although Ross 28b is approximately 11 light years away from Earth right now, it's actually moving towards us and is expected to overtake Proxima, the other planet we talked about, as our nearest stellar neighbor in just 79,000 years, which sounds like a lot, but it's just a heartbeat on the cosmic timeline. That is all I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed a little more scientific talk. I know I do. I think it's quite interesting. It's a lot better than talking about mass murder and shootings and guns and presidents and stuff that makes us sad. So, planets work for me. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. Have a great weekend, and I hope to see you next week.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Clay's Question Corner. Before we start, I just wanted to tell you that the results for last week's poll was Bigfoot won with 83% and Loch Ness Monster lost with 17%. So thank you all for participating, and hope you all enjoyed today's episode.
Oh, come on. You stop calling me Uranus after you're like 13.
Oh wait, no, she's fine. Yeah, just don't sit up straight.
Just crouch.
Slouch. I have
Good.
no idea what happened, but it's fine.
Aha. You gotta remember that, because then you'll talk for 15 minutes and then be like, hey, there's no sound.
It doesn't say lip sync battle here.
Well, I know, okay?
She knows. She has the knowledge.
Who needs a script anymore? No?
I mean, technically.
You should probably make it.
Yeah, we should probably. Here's one. How much will you sell your car for? I don't understand why everyone wants to buy my car. I'd be a gnat, because everyone hates gnats and they're just so small that you can't slap them, so then I can
Yeah, but then they only live one day.
So, that's one day that I can live my life to the fullest as a gnat. Unless you have bug soother, amazing cleaning. Well, you don't have a wham chow towel. Look at it. Has it been recording this whole time?
No, it started halfway through your spiel.
That's right.
Other paper towels just get sopping wet.
Okay. What's going on here? Oh, there's debris flying at me every. Ow! Stop it! It's terrible. You gotta get out of here now. I'm telling you, everyone, get out of the state. Get out everywhere. It's so terrible. Get out.
Hello, and welcome back to Riley's Reviews. This week, I'll be reviewing Liberty's Kids. Liberty's Kids is an animated series about the Revolutionary War meant for younger children. However, I still think it's enjoyable to watch and pretty educational. Not to mention that I really love the theme song. Liberty's Kids has three main characters. Sarah, the English girl who's come to America to live with her father. Henri, the French kid who's always getting into trouble. And James, the American colonist who wants to be a reporter. In fact, all of these characters want to be reporters, under the watchful eye of Benjamin Franklin, of the Boston Gazette. The show follows our three main characters through many important events of the Revolutionary War, as well as following Benjamin Franklin and his journeys to different European countries during the war. Although Benjamin Franklin's role is kind of reduced to a quote-spitting machine.
Have you nothing to say for yourself?
The heart of a fool is in his mouth, but the mouth of a wise man is in his heart.
A lot of the content in Liberty's Kids is kind of bent and molded to a purely American perspective on the war, in order to simplify it for the younger audience. For instance, according to Liberty's Kids, this is how most battles of the war went. I do think that Liberty's Kids is a great show to watch, both for young kids and for people of all ages, really. I think it's educational and entertaining enough to be watched by a very wide range of people. So, my final score for Liberty's Kids would be a 7 out of 10. Well, now that that's out of the way, let's check in with Mr. Knoll.
That's all for this episode. We all hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Eat lots of food, get pretty fat, have fun, but most importantly, be safe.